Money is not just math. It's not spreadsheets, charts, or compound interest tables. Money is far more complicated than that, because it is deeply tied to human emotion. It is fear, greed, ego, hope, and social comparison all wrapped into one powerful force. And this is the brutal truth that most people overlook when trying to build wealth. Managing money well has less to do with intelligence or knowledge, and more to do with understanding your own behavior. Morgan Housel's book, The Psychology of Money, shines a bright light on this fact. The way we think, feel, and act about money often matters more than how much we know about numbers or investing. Many people don't fail because they lack the technical skills to handle money. They fail because they don't understand themselves. Let's begin with one of the biggest misconceptions about wealth: the belief that having more money will solve all your problems. Many people assume that once they reach a certain income, say, 6 figures, their lives will suddenly become easier and more satisfying. But the reality is different. You get to that income, and suddenly you find yourself needing a bigger house, a nicer car, a more luxurious vacation. This cycle is called lifestyle inflation, and it traps countless people. They keep chasing more, thinking it will bring happiness. But satisfaction always moves just one step ahead. Here's the real truth. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much freedom you have. Freedom to say no to things you don't want. Freedom to walk away from bad situations. And freedom to spend your time however you please. Morgan Housel sums it up perfectly when he says, "The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today." That is true wealth. So why do so many people chase money but miss out on freedom? The answer lies in human nature and how we are wired to compare ourselves with others. Social media has turned our lives into an endless scoreboard. You see people your age driving nicer cars, buying bigger homes, or traveling to exotic destinations. You scroll through Instagram and wonder why you're not there yet. This constant comparison makes us feel behind, even when we're doing well. It steals our joy, and importantly, our financial peace. Because trying to keep up with others leads to overspending, bad decisions, and stress. Here's the thing, you don't need to win this race. You just need to stop trying to outdo people who aren't even thinking about you. Now, let's discuss saving money. Most advice tells you to save a fixed percentage of your income, usually 10%. But Housel offers a different perspective. It's not about rigid percentages. It's about flexibility and buying control over your life. Saving money isn't just about hitting a goal. It's about building a safety net for emergencies, job losses, and unexpected expenses. These aren't if situations, they're when situations. If you don't have savings, life will control you. But if you save even a little, you buy power. And that power is priceless. Here's a paradox for you. The more comfortable you become with not spending, the wealthier you actually are. Wealth is not about showing off fancy cars or designer clothes. True wealth is invisible. It's the money you didn't spend, the vacations you postponed, the upgrades you resisted. When you see someone living flashy but always working, be careful. They might just be spending to keep up appearances, not truly wealthy. Being rich means having money. Being wealthy means not needing to show it. Another powerful lesson from the psychology of money is that everyone plays different financial games. What works for one person might be disastrous for another. Think about a crypto trader. They play a higher risk, short-term game, chasing big wins fast. Now think about a school teacher saving steadily for retirement over decades. This is a long-term, low-risk game. If the teacher tries the trader's risky moves based on a viral video, disaster is almost certain. Don't copy others without understanding your own risk tolerance, timeline, and goals. Know your game, and stay in it. Luck and risk also play enormous roles in money, and most people underestimate how much. Bill Gates became one of the richest men alive, not only because he was smart and hardworking, but because he went to one of The very few high schools in 1968 with a computer. That was pure luck. Countless others are equally talented, but never had those opportunities. This randomness means success is often a combination of hard work and chance. Never judge someone's success or failure solely by the outcome. Look deeper. Consider context, timing, and randomness. This humility is key. One of the most valuable money skills isn't intelligence, it's humility. The ability to admit I don't know what's going to happen and build a plan that can survive mistakes and investing. This means having a margin of safety, expecting that things might go wrong and being prepared. Housel reminds us that you can be wrong half the time and still succeed if the other half of your strategy is strong enough. Success is about resilience, not perfection. Let's discuss one of the most misunderstood concepts in finance: compounding. Most people think compounding is about interest rates or percentages, but it's really about time. Warren Buffett didn't become rich just by being smart. He started investing at age 10 and let his money grow for decades. Over 90% of his wealth came after age 65. The true power of compounding lies in uninterrupted time. Unfortunately, many people sabotage their own success by quitting too early or chasing quick wins. We live in a world of instant gratification, but wealth grows slowly and then suddenly explodes. You won't feel rich in year 1 or even year 5. But keep going, and one day you'll wake up amazed at how far you've come. People's money decisions are deeply shaped by their personal experiences, not just facts or data. If you grew up in poverty, you might see risk very differently than someone raised wealthy. If your family lost money in the 2008 crash, you might avoid stocks forever. If you got lucky with crypto, you might think traditional investing is boring. This is why financial advice cannot be one size fits all. What works for one person can be reckless for another. Don't blindly follow gurus. Understand your own story, your fears, and your goals. Build a plan that fits you. There's a myth that money will change who you are. It won't. It amplifies what's already inside. If you're generous, money will make you more generous. If you're insecure, money might push you to spend to impress. If you're disciplined, you'll build even more discipline. If you're reckless, money gives you a bigger playground to be reckless in. Money reveals your true self. Finally, the most difficult but important lesson: knowing enough is the hardest part of wealth. There will always be someone richer, younger, luckier, faster. The chase never ends unless you define what enough means to you. Morgan Housel writes, "There's no reason to risk what you have, and need for what you don't have and don't need. So stop comparing yourself to others. Stop chasing endless wealth. Start living on your own terms. True wealth isn't millions in the bank. It's peace of mind. It's freedom. It's waking up without anxiety. And no number will give you that unless you change how you think."